Hey guys, welcome back to Talking with Tyler, and on today's podcast I'll be doing some predictions for the Devils and Rangers hockey teams with a very special guest, Lucy Dykes. Welcome to the show, Lucy.
Hi, happy to be here.
Alright, so I was thinking about talking about the Devils first since you're a big fan of the team. The Devils finished one game under 500 last season and missed the playoffs. But I think that's totally going to change this year as they got Jacob Markstrom goalie this year. I think he's definitely going to be an improvement to the defense. He had 23 wins, 905 saves percentage. They also got Brett Pesce defense and Brendan Dillon defense. So, was there any other moves you would have liked to have seen in this offseason, or do you think the Devils are set?
So towards the end of the trade deadline, we were suspected to be getting Jonathan Marchessault from Vegas, but Nashville swooped in and took him at the last second. But I think that would have been a really good pickup, as our fourth line and third line has talent with Bastian and Lazar, but it needs more depth in it, as those guys are really just there to make plays, not score. But except for that, I think that Brett and Dylan were great pickups, since our defense is not very physical, and that'll help us seem more intimidating to other teams.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely don't think this Devil team is set, but these were definitely some good moves for the team. Also, another person on the team, Simon Nemec, injury. He got injured the other day, upper body. What do you think about this, and how do you think it will affect the Devils?
It's hard to see. It's so close to preseason and training camp that you're already getting injured. It's not a good start, honestly. But other times that he's gotten hit on the ice or injured, he seems to be back the next game and fine. So I think that this is just a little run in the road for him. He'll be fine the next few games, and he'll be back to play for preseason, since there was a report back then. No, honestly, I think that he'll be fine. He just has to rest a little bit before training camp starts, and they'll have him back in no time.
Yeah, I hope he's okay too. The Devils are also have a new veteran coach, youngster. What do you think about him? Do you think he's going to help the Devils this year?
I think he's going to be such an improvement from Lindy Ruff, Sheldon Keefe. He had Toronto going into the playoffs every season. Their losses that's their players, honestly, but I think that he's going to be such a great addition to the team. He's really going to have all of our players taking accountability for themselves. More importantly, having Jack and Luke take accountability, as Jack is a little, has some problems with his attitude sometimes. But I think that Keefe will be there to straighten him up, and he'll also be a great addition to help with everybody else, honestly. He's a great coach.
Yeah, he definitely has a great mindset to all these players that are coming on the team this year, and also to the former players and stuff. They also have Dawson Mercer on the roster. I think he should be re-signed. He almost always plays. He's very consistent in this Devils games. How do you like him as a player? Do you think he should be re-signed? And what else?
Dawson Mercer is a great player, honestly. He's such a helpful player for everybody on his line. He's a playmaker and a goal scorer, which is what we need right now. It is disappointing that they're nowhere near a contract right now, and I think he wants more than we can give him, but I'm hoping that we can get him into a contract sooner or later before training camp starts, because he's such a big person to this team. Without him, it would be kind of hard to get into the playoffs.
Yeah, definitely. So this Devils team opens up preseason in a couple of weeks, September. Now I want to get into the Rangers. The Rangers almost always they had 4 goals a game last year in the 23-24 season, and they made the playoffs but got knocked off to the Panthers in the conference finals. The more pieces they need, I believe, are a better defense. They gave up a lot of goals in the playoffs. They had 3 straight overtime games to the Panthers, and I think that's the reason why they lost that series. If they didn't get into all those OT games, I think they would have won. So they also got some big targets. I think they should get Shane Goss be here before the season starts. He was one of the top defensemen in the NHL. And I think he's going to help the defense a lot if they want to win some games. Their offense is great, as we know. Another target, I think, is Eric Gustafsson. He tied for 5th among SHL defensive men in 2014-2015. And he also had 150-plus points. He's also really good on offense. He played with the Red Wings. The third target I think they should get before the season starts, preseason, Oliver Ekman-Larsson. He scored 15 goals in 2013 and 14. That's overall stats for all these guys, but they're definitely still in their prime. So who do you think the Rangers should get? Do you like my targets, or is there anybody else?
Your targets are spot on with them. They have to get some good additions back on defense because the overtime games were definitely causing them some problems. And that is one of the big reasons they got knocked off and Florida was able to take over. And I also think that they should get rid of some guys. More, in depth, Jacob Trouba. There are a lot of... The team seems to be complete if you look at it on paper, but there's a lot of leadership problems also in the team. Trouba is not when you think of a captain for a team, you think of Sidney Crosby, Nico Hischier, but you don't really think of Jacob Trouba. And I think that it might be a better idea to just send him away.
Yeah, I like what you said about Jacob Trouba. I think he's better off leaving the team. The Rangers don't really have the money to pay him. They have $8 million cap space, and I feel like there should be somebody else that can play over him. Zach Jones or Rosen could possibly play over him if Trouba leaves for some reason. Igor Shesterkin, I also wanted to bring up. I think they should definitely re-sign him. He had a .927 save percentage last year, and I think they should definitely re-sign him. He can definitely help the defense, like one of their struggles that they were having last year. Do you think Shesterkin should be re-signed for the defense?
Of course. You could argue that he's one of the best goalies in the NHL. And he bailed them out so many times last season in playoffs and regular season. And to see him back on their team would be a huge improvement for them. And he definitely is what they got to look for. They got to re-sign him.
Yeah, definitely. So both Devils and Rangers play in the Metropolitan Division. So I wanted to bring up some division threats that can possibly beat either one of these two teams this year. The first one that I would say is the Hurricanes, who finished 52-23 and 7 ties last year. They're hungry to get their revenge on the Rangers, who beat them in the playoffs last season. And my second threat that can possibly beat them too is the Islanders, who finished 39-27 with 16 losses. Another New York team that can possibly want to be the better New York team. So is there any other threats you wanted to bring up that's in this division that can possibly be either one of these two Devils or Rangers teams?
Islanders and Hurricanes have always been a threat for them. They're definitely teams that we both got to look out for. But I also want to say the Capitals might be a threat this year, as they have gotten 7 new guys to play around Ovechkin, and they have Ovechkin himself. And their goalie in the playoffs really showed his worth. And I think that they're a team that's going to uprise soon. And their rookies are going to come out, and they're going to play hard. They have Ryan Leonard, who's going to probably be coming up next season. And I think he is such a big player for them. So that might be a team to also look out for.
Yeah, definitely. So thank you, Lucy, for coming on the show. I really appreciate it. Go follow her on Instagram. So hope you guys have a great rest of your night. And